finishing up all the paperwork on it. Right, so the mic is on.
Okay, let me take this phone call. This is
Okay.
Vanessa. Hello? Okay, okay, good. All right. All right, I will get, all right, Mike. Doug and Vanessa are on remotely. I don't know about Christine, Dave. No. Okay. Let's get the meeting going. At 6:32, we'll get the meeting going. Okay, per usual, we'll do the roll call. Corey St. Cyr, President. Chicky Anderson, Vice. Vanessa Hines, Secretary. Nancy Camo, Member. Dave, Alternate, and Chris, also.
And Campbell.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. But I don't see, okay.
Okay.
Dave's not an alternate, he didn't get voted.
No, he didn't, no, okay. Members present. Okay. Vanessa, I know Vanessa Hines and Chicky are, Nancy Camo and myself. And I can't tell if Christine is on there or not, I don't know if you can see.
Seems like she'd speak out if she was. Yeah, because they can unmute themselves. If they're on the phone, I think they just have to do *6.
I don't know if I just got something, I just got a text message. Okay, yeah, so Vanessa's on, but she's muted. And can't hear anything or speak to anyone.
Who's that?
Vanessa Hines.
Oh, the microphone's on, maybe with the microphone closer.
Oh boy! Nancy, I'll put that somewhere so both of us can maybe hear. Okay. I gotta get back to my agenda. Okay, and we have no mail to review.
Right.
And, okay, and we're gonna review approved previous month's minutes. And that's the thing I have to get, I don't. Vanessa, can you hear me? That's what I wanted to print off, but I couldn't get it, I couldn't print it off my phone, so.
I can hear you.
Okay, are you able to?
The minute?
Yes, please.
Yep, this should be arriving to you in like a minute or two. I just barely sent it.
Okay.
Emailed it.
Okay.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I would just give it a minute. It should pop up on the email for
Okay.
all of the, Dalton Conservation web, email. So if you want to, we can just come back to that until it pops up. We can just go down the agenda so we don't waste time if you like.
Okay. We can, let me get it back up. Oh. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go back on the approval of last month's minutes. We're gonna go to new business. Okay, emails requesting minutes that the select board assistant admin has not posted on the town website.
Wait, say again, please?
Emails requesting minutes that the select board / assistant admin has not posted on the town website.
What minutes haven't been posted?
Yeah, what is this referring to?
That would be ours.
Right.
Oh, can you turn her up?
Just, touch on that. I received an email today from Ernie, who is a Dalton resident, and he stated, that the minutes were not posted on the website, which I'm not sure where the miscommunication came from, to the townspeople, but the Conservation Commission is not the people who post the minutes or meetings on, the webpage. It is, from my understanding, because we've been giving it to the assistant administrator, and or the select board, were the ones that posted it. Right? Tina
and just to set the record straight, it is the responsibility of the commission to make sure that they get posted, and the admin will certainly post it on the website, but it's your responsibility to get it on the board and to get it to the admin, and as far as I know, I have not seen anything since March. I know you did one set of minutes in August, and you put it on the board, and I said, if you send it to me in a PDF, I can post it on the website, and you proceeded to basically say, oh, am I the admin, or whatever, and you never sent it to me. So anything that gets sent to the admin will get posted. It is your responsibility, it is the secretary or the chair, or whoever decides in the meeting, to get the meeting minutes to the admin to post it in a timely manner. That's what we do. We have to get our meeting minutes to her so she can post it to, the planning board does it, that's the way it works.
It's always been that way.
Pamela, I understand how that works. What I'm getting at is your husband is telling everybody that the Conservation Commission doesn't post on the website. So what I'm trying to get at, why this is on the agenda again, is that I'm making it clear and wanted it in the minutes that the Conservation Commission is not the people who post on the website, okay? It is the admin assistant who posts it. That's what I was getting at. And I had that on there because I was letting everybody know that Ernie had emailed, and I believe also the admin administrator asked for the last minute. And
So did you send them when the admin asked?
I'm not done. Okay, so all I was stating is that I informed Ernie, like anybody else, any of the other minutes, that they are more than welcome to go to the town hall and get, have them make a copy for them. And there's no other minutes posted for the planning board if we want to start accusing me of all this crap, which we're going to move on because we're not going to sit here and dwell on this. So that all the other boards have been posting, so we're done with this, move on to the next. Thank you.
And it was a right to know, it has nothing to do with the select board, it has nothing to do with the admin. It was a right to know request from a citizen.
Public, moving on to the next public comment.
I thought,
I'd like to throw this discussion.
okay, I thought it was the town clerk. We report to the meetings to the town clerk, and the clerk posts it on the board, correct?
Okay, if you look on the NHACC website, they cite, RSA 36-A. And those are things, it's under what must a Conservation Commission do, and then they also have a category what a Conservation Commission may do. Okay, under the what must a Conservation Commission do is, there are 4 things. Okay, and again, it's RSA 36-A. If you get down to the 4th one, it says, number 4, keep accurate records of its meetings and actions. Minutes are required because a Conservation Commission is a public body and must comply with RSA 91-8, the right to know law, which requires public meetings, posting of meeting notices, and timely availability of minutes. And it's always been, I know whenever I was on the conservation, on the planning board, that it's always been the responsibility of that board to make sure it's posted, and also the minutes are posted within, I forget the hours, 72 hours, something like that, on the bulletin board, so the public comes in and can read it.
Those are what's on the bulletin board.
Yeah.
So you are correct for reading, that is in the book. Also, there is a COVID order for Chris Nuno that there is an extension to all boards within a reasonable matter of time. So that can be, it's not 5 days technically with the COVID thing right now. So, but yeah, thank you. So.
Well, but why, what is the reason that it can't be done in 5 days?
Where are the minutes?
There is no reason. I don't know why. We should ask the administrative assistant why it's not being posted.
But because she doesn't have them to post, is the point. She does not have them to post.
What, these minutes right here, to post them on the board?
They're supposed to
Those
be
are
on the
from May.
website. She's talking about the website.
Oh, from the website, okay.
Yeah, so what's the dates of those?
Those are from
Guys,
May.
stop! Hello?
Hold on,
Sorry.
Vanessa,
So
hold
the
on.
last one's May.
Yes.
The minutes were emailed. Have you received them, Corey?
Let me look, hold on. I'm working on it. No, please do.
No?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to download the minutes.
If anybody else has a phone, you can check your emails too, if yours is linked to be forwarded from the conservation email.
Alright.
And also the, email, which is on the agenda also is, where it says requesting, where are we? For the emails, the select board still has not, or assistant admin has not provided us, login information for the conservation because we are not gonna be using personal emails to reply to people. So the town email, yes, it forwards emails to us, but when we reply to people, it provides our personal email. So we need password and login information to be able to email people back. So who has that information that they could give it to us, or who do I get a hold of for that?
Well, if you guys wanted to have individual, there's no such thing as the, like a town, like website or a town, like a common password. So what we'd have to do is we have certified computers, and it's basically like, for every individual email, it would be, $78 a person per year. So we just went through the certified, right now there's 18 town emails. So if you would like, and you have, how many emails would you want for the Conservation Commission? I guess it's, I can certainly bring it up.
Saying Pamela, so
I don't,
when she set one up for the chair,
Right.
also set one up for the Conservation Commission as a group one. I'm asking what the password and login for that is, so we can reply to emails through it.
I'm not sure who has the password for the chair one, but I think,
The assistant admin would have it, so.
do you have it? Have you been using it?
No, I have not gotten it.
Okay, all right, so it seems like Corey hasn't had access to the chair email, so I'm sure that we can get the password for the chair email reset. That is probably not a big deal. In terms of the Conservation Commission email, the way that is set up right now, it's not an actual email, it's a forwarding one to the other emails. So in order,
But you can still log into it and access it, because I can use my email and have it forwarded to my other email, but I can still log into that one.
I would have to ask certified, I could be wrong, and I could certainly ask for clarification, because I think they're gonna come in next week, but my understanding of it, based on the discussion, is it's just a forwarding email. But I can find out on Monday, I put that on the list of things to ask.
Yep, but, I think you're gonna find that what I'm saying is accurate, because you can still access that.
Well, and if you guys are curious, you guys can log in on Monday, or you can come in on Monday, and Kate will, I think it's this Monday or next Monday, Kate will be here, so she can certainly answer any questions that you have.
Okay.
So in the
We'll do
meantime, what are the
whatever
minutes?
else.
Excuse, what
Where's
was
the
that?
minutes?
What are the minutes?
The minutes are posted on the board.
I just brought them into you.
This is
Those are the minutes.
It's postings and minutes.
postings and minutes.
That's why I brought them into you. May is the last one on the board.
Yeah, this is that first one is a posting, and then I think the next one
Vanessa,
is a minute.
What?
I thought we had been posting the minutes on the board.
I'm sorry, Corey, what was that?
I thought we have been posting minutes on the board.
I mean, either that or they're in the pile that's in the room that you guys are in, because where we have the mail put, because we couldn't get it in the file cabinet, that's, where minutes have been piling up as well, because when they're brought in, the draft, the copy is left there, so. That probably just hasn't been put
I will do post.
in something admin, or, cause it's not always emailed to them, it's left at the meeting.
Correct, because they're the ones that need to put it on the board, correct. Okay.
Hi. Sorry, I'm late.
The police were here.
The state police just pulled through the parking lot,
You're
yeah.
supposed to alarm it off.
Let's put up a password to the office.
Have we not started the meeting yet?
Yes, we have
No.
started, man, we're having an issue with finding the minutes. So, we only have on the board right now is May. So.
Cory,
Yes, yes,
Christine and David present, or are they remote?
they are present.
Okay, I'm just, putting it down for
Yep.
on the agenda when, at the cross speaker.
Yeah, he was pulling a radiator out of his tractor. He just stuck a stick through the radiator of the brand new tractor.
Okay, so get the email so we can go over that and carry on in the meeting.
Yes, but okay, I'm still trying to figure out where all our meeting minutes are. Vanessa.
Okay.
But not in that pile.
I sent it to your personal email just in case, and to Anthony, and then I sent it to the Town of Dalton, email, so that it should have gone to everybody as well.
I got October's minutes in front of me on my phone.
Yes, that's the one.
Yep.
Because we're in November right now, so that's the one.
Yes, but we're still trying to figure out, we got them from June, but they need to be marked on the board.
So we'll worry about that next time. I'll go through and print them and send them, but right now I would like to review last month's meeting and carry on with this meeting.
Aren't you the chair, Cory?
Yes, yeah, hang on. Okay, so yeah, we need to get on to that. I thought we've been posting them on the board.
Yeah, so if they're not in the room and if they're not on that table, I will have to, bring them in or scan them and email them, from my folder, which is not happening tonight.
Yep.
So we can just review the minutes from October if everybody's fine with that, so we're not wasting time.
Okay.
And then we can,
Alright.
And we're actually not allowed to post anything on the board, Cory.
No,
That's
correct,
it's supposed to be the
Yep.
town
Yep, we did that
administrator,
part.
the town clerk, somebody.
Alright, so we're gonna have to take care of that, cause,
So that's something the town would.
That's something that the
Yeah.
select board, the administrator assistant, or the town clerk is supposed to do. We're not allowed to post our own meeting, our
Yeah,
own
so you
minutes
have to
on the
send them to the
board.
town
They
clerk
have to
and
go to
town
the town clerk, and she takes care of
Correct.
that.
okay. Alright, so we're gonna review the last meeting minutes.
That's the same with posting them online. That's not our responsibility either.
Correct. But they
okay,
need
we
to be
already
on
went
the board.
over that.
Yeah, but they
Do
need
the
to be
minutes.
on that board. Okay. So, we're gonna skip back to the beginning. We're gonna go back over our last meeting. Okay, so,
Number 3.
yeah, I'm trying to do both things at once here. Okay, so, there was the last meeting was a non-public work session meeting, which is us. Alright, so members present, Chair, me, Cory St. Cyr, Vice Chair Douglas Ingerson, Secretary Vanessa, members Christine Rowland, Nancy
Roulard.
Roulard, apologize, Nancy Camo, and Lazan Tamlaswan.
And David was also present at that meeting. His name's not in here.
Yeah, but I don't think that the select board actually appointed him as a member, so.
Right.
He was reading off the members present.
So I'm still trying-
Everybody present at the meeting should be listed on this as present at the meeting, which includes everybody from Casella. They should all be listed on here as being present at the meeting,
Okay.
including David.
This is reviewing the minutes, so I will put down public present and add him, that's why we're reviewing this.
Okay.
But I will add him down as public present, thank you.
So, present, Douglas Ingerson, I already went through that, okay. Excuse me for 1 second, trying to read the fine print. Okay, Douglas Ingerson, Vanessa At the beginning of the meeting, recused themselves from the meeting. Douglas recused himself where he is a landowner for the proposed landfill site. Vanessa recused herself where she is Douglas Ingerson's girlfriend. Okay, the Conservation Commission hosted Casella to our non-public work session. This meeting was to have Casella explain the wetlands permit to the board members so that we can advise the select board as to any pros and cons that we may have see. Also,
So Corey, one correction you might wanna put in there is, it wasn't non-public, but you didn't want public in the room.
correct.
So I would say,
Well,
you know, it was.
public comments. There's no
Right,
public
I would just say it
comments.
was a public meeting, but, only the committee and
Correct,
guests were here and everybody else was remote with no comment.
yes. That's what
It doesn't say that it's a
So
non-public
should it-
meeting
Well,
on here.
he
Yes.
just said non-public.
Okay,
Pamela,
Yes, Vanessa?
should it just be listed as work session then?
Yeah, cause work session, you're right, cause work sessions are public, but you that don't necessarily have public comment.
Okay, so I'll just take out non-public and then leave just the work session.
Yes.
Okay.
right, so grassland, okay. There were some questions asked by the members that were answered in detail from Casella representatives. All 3 select board members were present for the meeting as well. Casella invited the Conservation Committee to an on-site meeting at the proposed Dalton landfill site. It was agreed upon all members that on the 2nd of November 2020 at 2 p.m. would work best for all attending parties. The commission informed the select board liaison while Tamila was present at the meeting. The assistant admin is in charge of posting the minutes, meetings, dates, and times on the website. They are the only ones with the access to do so. The Conservation Commission is not in charge of posting on the website,
But they're responsible for
providing them on the board,
providing
Giving
them to the admin.
to the admin, correct. Okay. So
Is
that was
there anything that anybody wants to add to this or anything so I can edit this right now and, resend it over?
Not that I'm being picky, but if a community member pulled this set of notes up and they read the paragraph that said questions were asked by members here and they were answered by Casella, they're not gonna know what questions we asked or anything. We should post everything that we discussed, all the questions, all their answers, everything, so everybody has all of that information.
Great, so I will add at the end of that it is a recorded meeting so that they can, go to the select board and request that and they can hear the whole thing. So that would take care of that.
Yeah, cause if you wanna reference the recordings in there, that's fine.
correct, okay. Okay, so that was last meeting's minutes. Okay, now go back to this page. All right.
Was there anything else that needs to be changed, edited, added?
No?
You should have all of the members of Casella listed as who was,
Yep, then we should do that
who
one.
was present as
And the-
well.
And the select board.
And all the members of the select board should be listed. Actually, I think that you are.
Well, I said all members of the select board,
Okay.
I don't believe it was all.
Do you wanna tell me who all of them were so I can put that on here?
I don't know everybody who is here.
Same month,
Um,
all 3 select board members were here.
all 3 select board members were here, and I don't know who is here. I didn't hear the introductions of everybody,
Okay.
because I was
so-
having a hard time with the remote access, that's why I showed up.
Okay.
Yep, well, I think you emailed one to Joe or
I
somebody.
emailed John, yes, he's the only one I know that was here, he's the only person that,
You want to go ahead and email him and ask him, and then you can email me back and let me know, and I'll add that on there.
okay, I can do that.
Okay, so if that's it and there's nothing else, I'd like to move on to the next thing on the agenda.
Okay, I'm trying to pull back up the agenda. Okay. Bear with me. Like I said, I tried printing these off and
Okay, take your time.
I couldn't print them off my phone. Yeah, I got them right here. I just had to. Okay. Okay, so where were we on this one? We went through the approved monthly month's minutes, public comments. Is there any public comments? Whoever's present. About the minutes. Okay. New business.
Yep, new business, Corey, I have, a little like ABC, et cetera,
Yeah.
listed underneath of it, for new business.
Okay, so we already went through with
So
the,
Yeah, we already kind of touched on the emails,
yep, so
right before.
we'll go over our annual meeting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I had annual meeting down here, which was the November 7th one, I believe, which I think I listed it on the bottom as well. I think I doubled on that one. So the assistant admin, I never saw any email for them because we had stated in previous meeting who was going to attend or would like to. And that the assistant admin is the one that always reached out to them and signed us up, which nobody did. And I know there was a mix-up with Tina getting done and the other lady coming and getting done, so I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, just saying that we kind of missed that one. I'm reaching out to Barbara, and I think there's another lady that she's gonna give me the name to where they can provide that webinar via PDF so that we can have that for the next meeting to review, but I just have that on here, so maybe next year, it can be a little bit more proficient where they can have us signed up, or if they can't do it. I don't know how we're gonna do it because they're the ones that pay.
I believe we had three members that wanted to go.
Vanessa, in the past, no, the admin did not sign us up. The last annual meetings that David and I attended, I signed us up. After one of our regular conservation meetings, nobody else at that point wanted to or could attend. I signed us up, I got the email, I sent it over to the, admin who requested the treasurer to write a check and sent the checks out with our invitations. And that's how that works. It's not the admin's responsibility to sign us up for our annual meetings, it's our responsibility.
That's correct.
I don't know if you were, I don't know if you were attending that meeting or not, but we had discussed with, and with Tina when she was there, okay? And she was gonna get us signed up, so maybe that's what you did, but this year, this is how it was set up. But thank you.
But Vanessa, I really feel that it is, this board's responsibility to do those types of things and not lay it all on the admin.
Because the admin is the admin to the select board, not us. She's not our secretary, she has, all she does is post our minutes. And she is, one of our correspondents between us and the select board.
I just lost it. This is a rough meeting. Yes.
What else you got?
Okay, what else do we got? Okay, we've got a meeting with Casella at the proposed, go over meeting with Casella at the proposed new landfill site. Anything like you shed any light on that? I mean, they walked us through 90% of it, of where the impact is gonna be. So that kinda gave me a good insight on exactly what's gonna be impacted, what's not gonna be impacted. What did you find?
I am directionally challenged, so I can't stand somewhere and pick out where I am, so that,
Okay,
yeah, I can't look at something and say, well, I'm standing here and I know that such and such is over here and that's gonna be impacted. I can't coordinate that.
okay.
Corey,
Together.
could we track down or request again, two of the maps?
Maps, yeah, we can definitely do
I
that.
think, I mean, this is just a suggestion, up for discussion, but I think, we should keep one and possibly post one out. in the hallways so
And
people can
actually,
look
I
at it.
haven't heard anything from anybody about the map that we requested at that meeting, so
That's what I'm
I'll,
talking
That's
so
what
I'll reach out,
we're talking about.
so I'll reach out to John. I'll reach out to John tomorrow and ask him that as well as
Alright.
when I ask him who was at that meeting in October.
Okay. And then did you What was your uptake on the meeting? I mean, on the walk by?
You know, I think, they're, it appears that they're trying to do due diligence. They did say that the Army Corps of Engineers, had been in, that DES had been in twice to look at things. And they talked about 60 to 80 acre, wetlands that, remember that? They had the little islands in it, and
Yeah.
they talked a little bit about how they were gonna deal with that. So also, they talked about mitigation, and I did not take notes, so I can't tell you the acreage, but part of, I believe, the mitigation was going to be on that property, and another part near the Ammonoosuc River in Bethlehem.
Yes.
Yes. Which, and I made the comment that I think the mitigation, the whole mitigation lot really sucks, because you can't, what you destroy, you can't replace in another area. And that's, I made a point that that's nothing directed to them.
No.
It's just, that's how it's set up now, and it's not a good thing, in my opinion.
Cool. Good on that one. Like I said, the walkthrough was really good. They showed a lot of the impact, where the impact's gonna be, so.
They appear to be very
The stream right up on the top part of it,
The intermittent.
Yep, intermittent, which means snow melt, it's not perennial, so it's not consistent and always,
Right, though they did say that the intermittent stream, we walked up to a point where it was, this summer, of course, it was fairly dry, but when it was, that's what intermittent is anyways, it's not always running, but when it is running, it goes under the ground and kind of lose sight of it, but it all does end up down in Alder Brook, and Alder Brook Wetlands is an issue.
Is that the same, Cory?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that, this is Chick Ingerson, is that the same place that Alder Brook gun range is? The last 40 years they've been blowing lead into the dirt, nobody's ever cleaned it up yet?
That would be the
Is
one.
that the place?
That would be the one, yep.
Is that him recusing himself?
Are you recusing yourself at this meeting, Chick?
No, I'm just making a fact. I bought the land, sorry.
Did you ask if he's recusing himself from the meeting?
Yes.
If we're talking about the landfill.
He was talking about Alder Brook and the water. He did not mention anything about the landfill, but thank you for your comment that made no sense.
Oh, my mistake.
Okay. So we good on that one? Okay. Alright, so we also got a letter or comment to send to Craig for the proposed landfill. Tomorrow is the deadline. Any questions we should write and ask them?
Well, individually, we all can send something out if we want. It doesn't have to be a group.
Alright.
The
Well,
letter is-
speaking of
Hold on,
that,
hold on. Go ahead, Vanessa.
That is for the conservation as a group, not individually. But if you, as a public person, individually want to, by all means, go ahead. But this is for a group conservation letter. But if you don't want to be a part of it, say so and you won't.
Okay.
Comment. So nobody is interested in writing a letter to have any comments as a conservation, is that what's being said?
Christine?
Okay, I take your silence as a yes, so I guess we can move on to the end of the year report.
well, I
Hold on.
still have questions on this.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is, Nancy, you sent out a letter to have an expert come in?
Well, yeah, I wondered why that wasn't on the agenda. So I
Well,
approached,
because we're talking about the landfill, I think I can bring it up.
right,
You can look at the agenda, that's farther down.
Yes, well,
It's on old business,
that's,
not on that yet. So we're continuing down the line on the new
do we
business.
do we wanna vote to move it up and talk about it now?
We can,
I make a motion that we move that to
talk about now.
talk about it now while we're talking about the landfill.
Okay,
Second.
okay,
Oh, I
Thank you.
don't.
You're-
Well, it's majority.
we're gonna do it.
So, all right, so I actually did approach, 4 different people,
Okay,
okay? One was Elise Lawson, who was part of Watershed to Wildlife, and, she's a wetland scientist. And I got no response from her. Rick Vanderpaul, who is also a wetland scientist and very well known in the state and respected, is just booked. So,
Wait, I thought it was, excuse me.
so
Oh,
also, I spoke with Ray Lobdell, who's from, he's retired now, he lives in Landowners, and so he, you know, he felt like he didn't want to spend his whole retirement doing that.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
So, but I did get a response and I have not spoken with the person. They called me and left me a message. I was out of town all day today. I just got the response today. So I still need to talk with him. It's a James McClammer. He is from Charlestown and he's very interested.
Okay.
So I will carry that through, and we'll have more discussion on how we can handle that, after I speak with him
And
and
we're
see
gonna
how
be
agreeable.
voting on the group when you get all the candidates that replied, correct?
Yes,
those-
well, that's the only one you had.
It's the only one out of
That's-
4 that is interested. And the other thing was, when I sent that letter out and I sent the draft, I got no responses about, any corrections on the draft letter. It was crickets after I sent that letter, so I moved forward because it was assigned to me to do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
One that,
Thank
the
you.
one that shows you don't have any relations with, or it's not your family, or any conflict,
I
like the
No,
last
but,
time?
no,
when-
I didn't call my grandfather, I didn't get my uncle, didn't ask my aunt.
Okay, so,
I'm just making sure, because it would just be kind of a conflict of interest is all.
No kidding.
well, okay,
With the setup deal for when they did it last time.
okay, so we'll move on from there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, end of year report. Vanessa, shed some light on that one, please.
Yeah, it's on here for anybody who wants to add anything for the end of the year report, so I can get it typed up.
Nancy, anything?
Oh, to come up with it right now?
We can, or we can come up with it.
Well, I mean, I think you have a little bit of time,
Right,
because it goes into the town report, so I think it's like, you have to the end of January,
Okay,
really.
so next meeting,
Yeah.
Next meeting, we can
Bring
discuss
something
more
in.
about it.
we got a whole month to think about it.
We can, everybody can write down something that they think that they want in the report, and we can discuss it next meeting.
Okay,
Certainly.
okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, so now we're gonna do,
And we should, and with that being said, she's got appropriations right underneath that, which
Yeah.
I'm guessing, probably has to do with the budget, so we should probably discuss our budget as well
yes,
next
that's,
meeting.
alright, so we don't wanna go like we did,
So, for next meeting, is that what you're saying,
is that,
the budget?
or do we wanna go with it now? I mean, we usually go for, our budget usually, every year we put in is $1,500. Last year, select board members, they gave us $500. So, I mean,
Well, I think part of why they've only given us so much is because we never had our budget in on time, because,
Mhm.
the select board didn't always tell us when we needed to have our budget in, so we were usually late getting our budget in, I think is why they reduced our budget down.
okay,
I can look on my computer and see what I have for an old budget that we tried to do a few
I think
years
it'd
ago.
be good to put that off till
No,
Till next
being late
month.
had nothing
next month.
to do with it, there was
Yeah,
no
you'll have
money,
time.
if you would have, or with Joe Beth, and she said that they were not giving it to us because of the town budget, that had nothing to do with getting it in on time or late, that is idiotic.
Well,
I
I think when we were budgeting last year, we just did it even, you know, because it was, I think it was like it had been 500 for a couple of years.
I think that's how that happened last year, yes, that's because a few years ago, when Vanessa and Chicky were not on the board, we didn't get our budget in on time, and the town selectmen and everybody reduced our budget from what we were going to request because we didn't get it in on time. And that's why it's been set at $500 for the last 2 or 3 years.
So,
Yeah, well, the last year I had the budgeted on time and they reduced it, and that was what the reply was I got, not because it was in late, but maybe when you were the secretary and you did it late, that's probably why, but I had it in on time. So
Either-
that's not the excuse of
That's
this last year.
not even, it's not even important. I think that Christine, if you have some of the older budgets.
I do on my
and
computer, I just didn't bring my
how they were
computer with me.
categorized, if we could address that next meeting.
I'll print
Are you
it.
okay with that, Cory? I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
think
know
this,
that.
it's kind of quick to do it.
I'll-
No one's
I'll-
really prepared to do it
I'll
this meeting.
print the old ones and bring it, one of the old
Okay.
ones and bring it with me next week.
Like I said, we had talked about trying to get new equipment, so, let's just try to keep that in consideration too on it.
New equipment,
New equipment
oh,
for the water
upgrade.
testing.
Yeah, new water testing, and we do, especially the wash supplies, when you get done testing, you go through well more than that,
oh, yeah.
on all the
Yeah.
sites.
The DI water, yeah.
DI water is just,
Yeah,
It's just terrible.
and
Okay.
so it's just something, I think we should definitely invest in to get, so. Okay, so we are good with that one, all right. Town book dedication, town, entrepreneur, business owners, Douglas Ingerson, Chris Sear, and Tim O'Neill. Vanessa?
Where's that at?
Vanessa?
Right.
I don't-
So what is that, Cory?
I don't know.
I guess I have no
I
idea.
don't know what that one was about.
She's got term reappointments, we don't. Isn't that too early for that?
What's that?
Isn't it too early for term appointments?
Too early?
Yeah, I thought we did that at the beginning of the year.
I believe Chick and I are up for a re-election, or whatever it's there. I don't know what that one was about, we'll skip that one, So, yeah, term appointments, so is this something we wanna do this meeting, or is this something we wanna get for next meeting as well?
Well, you have to submit it to the select. board.
Correct, I did,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, and so, I'm not sure what everybody's years are, so that would be good to bring that up.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so that will put down, okay. Alright, okay, so obviously we followed up with Nancy with your letter, so we'll get on that one,
Oh, yeah.
alright?
Okay.
Okay, and 7B, select board still has not provided members with a login, and we went through that one, didn't we do that at the beginning? Okay. Usually I have my minutes here and I check things off all the way down the thing, so. My phone was not working too good today, as I said. Alright, so. Miss,
Was that right?
hello Vanessa?
I'm sorry, my service was cutting in and out, I didn't quite hear you.
Okay, can you give us a little highlight on, we're gonna skip back up to, one of them,
Dedication.
that'd be town book dedication, town entrepreneur, business owners, Douglas Ingerson, Chris, Sear.
Yeah, I only listed that because I'm not familiar as to how it works. When they have every year the town book, like dedicated to somebody in particular or,
Oh.
Or organization or whatever, and I just figured that it could be maybe possibly brought up to whoever decides that, like the select board or something, like town entrepreneurs, there's many other people too, like the bike shop and Dalton what is yours, Christine?
Dalton
again? Is it
Dalton Mountain Landscaping.
Dalton Mountain Landscaping, this was I just listed a few, but, maybe we can dedicate it to all of our town entrepreneurs and workers for all their hard work. 'Cause I know Christine and Dave do a lot around the town, and there's other business people that bring a lot to the town, and it would also, not only that, but it would also advertise and maybe bring more people into our area or bring everybody business too, I just thought it was kind of a nice idea to involve
if you come to a select board meeting, and if you come to a select board meeting, you can certainly bring that up.
Okay, and that's if, you know, Christine and David are interested as well, and everybody else, you know, if we get a hold of them too, but I just thought that something we could suggest. Anybody have any comments on that, other than Tamla recommending the select board, or does nobody care, or?
No, thank you though. I appreciate the thought. No, I can't say anything though, because I'm not a member.
Okay, alright, so,
Yeah, well, you're public, you can say a comment,
So
just
we
because
can-
you're not a member doesn't do anything. And I don't take that as a stab of insult either.
Thank you.
okay, so we're good on that one. Okay, so we're gonna do term reappointments on the next meeting, because we have to present it to the select board members, correct? Okay. Okay, old business. Follow up on Nancy,
Is that one?
follow up on Nancy Camone, her letter.
We did.
Or we did that one
Yeah, I
earlier,
know.
you guys voted.
You gotta
This
bear,
is going through.
this is a rough meeting, you gotta bear with me. Like I said, I usually have my minutes in front of me and I check everything off, so.
Oh, no, I wasn't being rude, Cory.
No, I know you weren't.
Reminding,
I know you aren't.
yep,
I'm just getting a little
we did that.
frustrated. Okay, here we, okay, so, we already talked about the
And we already
email.
did the login too, so number B we did as well.
Okay, so we're on C. Misty,
Yep, and we.
Well, I guess I missed that conversation. What, select board provide members to log in the CC email
Yeah,
account? I mean, I don't,
We did that one
Yeah, we-
already, Christine, about the emails and login. She said that I can get a hold, or any of us can come in on Monday and talk to the assistant admin on that. And that they're also gonna give Cory a new login, so we've already did that one.
Yeah, and so what I said is, I kind of went through, so I think that there's a chair.
that's what I'm asking,
Yeah.
what we discussed.
Right,
And
so there's a chair, so I think from what I know, and I'm not, like, you know, so there's a chair email, and that would be
Okay.
Cory, so I think he doesn't have the password, so we'll have to get certified computer to give us, reset the password. And then she talked about the Conservation Commission email, and my understanding of that, she wanted a password to that. My understanding that that's not actually an actual email, it's just a forwarding thing. And so, if we want to get individual emails for each, a town email for each person, we would just, like, come to the select board. We are having certified come in and explain some of the things, like, because they gave us a new quote for this year. And they're coming in, I'm not sure if it's this Monday, but they're coming in one of the next Mondays in the near future. So they'll also be there if we want to discuss anything that, people want in terms of email and stuff.
so if it's an extra, so if it's an extra charge for all the members of the Conservation Commission to have their own personal email, so Nancy has Nancy at Dalton Conservation, Cory has chair, I have Christine at blah, blah, blah.
Right.
If that's an extra cost,
Yeah.
is that something that we as a commission can put into our budget and ask you to do for us anyways?
We would just pay for it out of our budget.
Okay.
Christine, why they haven't done that is because not all of us stay on as members, and then it's like a waste. So if you're on for like a year, that's why we have the general email. That's why I asked to have the login information to the general email to avoid that situation completely.
But our terms are all 3
But there are
years, right?
there are other ways to do it, like other towns go like, they'll go selectman 1, selectman 2, selectman 3. So when people fall off, they just change their password. I mean, there's ways around it.
Right, I mean, we can figure out something, and most of us are on for 3 years anyway, so we're gonna have the email for 3 years. Every year,
Yeah.
you go over, every year, you get a new bid for this program, is that?
Well, we have, right now, we signed a contract last year with Certified Computers. I think it's 5 years. And what they do is they put the server in, they maintain the server, and they bought new computers, and so they amortize that over like 5 years. And they do, like, they make sure, so if you get locked out, then you can call them and they'll unlock us out of.
Okay, but is there somebody in the town that manages that where they can go in and change
They
or
would,
add,
they would
they
just,
do that?
yeah, for
So,
security.
so basically, if my term was up and I didn't rejoin, they could go in and immediately take my email out and
Right.
reboot it with somebody else's,
Right.
so it's not a big deal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $6.50 a month per email, so it's like $78 a year.
And I believe we went over the very last one. I think we did that right at the beginning of it. You agree with me all now, Nancy?
What was the last one? I'm sorry.
Check with liaison assistant.
Yeah,
Do I?
before we had, yes,
Okay.
but before we end, I just wanted to add one other thing, so I would like to know what everybody, like, wants on the agenda for next time, so that it's not just all on me to decide everything. I don't wanna be the only one running this conservation commission, I want an input from everybody else, so that it's fair and everybody has a chance to put something on there, so,
Well,
I
if
think we
anybody.
just did that.
well, actually, according to the conservation handbook that's put out by the state, the chair is supposed to put up the agenda.
Yeah, and I think we just did that though.
Yeah, we pretty much, I think
We just pretty much went
we
through that.
listed enough things for.
Correct.
one meeting.
Discussed who's chair, discussed chair, appointing chair,
Terms, yeah.
terms, and update with
The-
Nancy, right?
Up there with me,
Okay, so-
the budget.
So at least 4 or 5 things that we mentioned in that,
Yeah.
so.
The budget and what we want on the end of year report, so the end of year report discussion, the budget, reappointments, go over everything with Nancy again. I do have a question, I got an email this month, hold on, let me find it. It says that we had a fax.
I got that email too.
You did,
And I
okay,
tried to do
so I
something
tried to
to
get it, but I couldn't.
I wondered if it was the
And I
max.
didn't get a chance
Yeah,
to come in.
I'll look, but
Where
I'm
is
afraid I'll
it?
lose my agenda again.
Right here, admin assistant. It says your new fax is attached.
Yeah.
Did we get a fax?
I don't,
I responded to that and the assistant admin said, don't open it, it was spammed, the account was hacked.
I think it was something like
Okay.
that. I remember it being, like,
Yeah.
when I tried to
It was
open it,
funky.
I got like a
There's
couple
bunch
of them.
yeah,
I
bunch
tried to
of-
open it and it said the page was unavailable
Yeah, it was
or
weird.
expired or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we're not missing a fax
Yeah, I remember
somewhere.
seeing that, but I remember it was not
It was
anything.
funky, yeah.
Alright, sorry, I just wanted to, I remember
That's fine.
seeing that and I just wanted to bring that up.
That is fine, alright, so, other than that, that's all we got.
And I guess we can discuss, you can put on the agenda for next term, for next meeting as well, Vanessa, is, the webpage. Because if I go and look at the town webpage, and I open the homepage, on the homepage, it has the Dalton Select Board when their next meeting is. You can click on that and see anything. You can go and look and see when the next planning, on the same page, the next planning board meeting is. Everything is on there about all of the other all of the other boards. But when it comes to the Conservation Commission, it just says Conservation Commission,
I think we need to
nothing else.
provide-
Huh?
We probably need to provide some information.
But we can probably discuss updating our conservation page on the town
Yeah, sure.
website
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and
make sure that what is on the town website for the Conservation Commission is correct, because, according to the website, David is still a member, but it says his term ended in 2020, but David is still listed on the webpage.
we can get it up, I mean, we've had a few.
I don't,
We can update.
Yeah.
he's still interested in being a member, he still wants to be a member, and we've had 7 members in the past, and we had procedures that we did a few years ago, remember Nancy? And,
Oh,
We
Jean,
generally,
remember we kept bringing this up and the select board kept saying that they're still trying to
Right.
original RS warrant article.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're still waiting on the select board
Well,
to
and
do
what-
their work and find, which they haven't because they're trying to see what the original amount of members that was voted in, and we've been trying to get David back on, but it's still waiting on the
Yes,
select-
I know, but because we can't find that, can we use the recommendations and our procedures from when we did it before? Because it does, I mean, we all agreed, and there are times when not everybody can show up.
Right, for as many times as I've been on the Conservation Commission, we worked with, and again, I don't know if this is how it was voted on, because I wasn't on when it first,
I wasn't even up here.
yeah, it was created, but we went with 5 members and 2 alternates.
And that's what it says is the makeup of the board, and so that's when because we kinda answered that question before when it came up, and basically, in lieu of finding anything else that said it had been approved to be something different, that's the standard makeup of the board, would be 5, members and 2 alternates.
Which means David can still be,
Right, he'd have to be appointed, right.
okay, well, we've been trying to do that for well over a year now, since you guys all started, and you guys kept saying, no, you couldn't do that. So can we bring a letter to the select board to
You can
reappoint
bring it. I
David?
mean,
Because,
there's no guarantee that anybody's gonna be reappointed. I mean, you have to bring up a letter, and they consider it, and that's what happens, and that's like the one of the rights of the select board.
because he's still interested in being a member, and that's why he still comes to all the meetings.
I mean, and it does say something.
So we can go with the 5 members and 2 alternates?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, which means we can bring a letter in
Yeah.
for David to be reappointed. Well, because the last time we asked that, you all said no, we had to wait until you decided and found it.
And you
So
also have
that's
to
why I'm bringing it up again.
Right, and
You
also,
have-
it's a year later, and we're all new, so we're learning.
And I
Okay.
think we, yeah.
You have 5 members.
Right.
We have 5 members, we can have 5 members and 2 alternates.
And I
So we
think
have
the
5.
website has David as a alternate.
It's a-
But his term says it
Except the
expired in
select board took me
2020,
away.
and the select board did not reappoint him
Correct.
In 20.
Because
in
of the fire.
2020, after this, because originally they wanted to find the, original article when the
Right.
select conservation was formed. And Tamala just now said that, yes, we can go with the 5 members and the 2 alternates, which
Because
means.
that's the history of the Conservation Commission.
Correct,
we
and
are- we
that's
know.
what we've been trying to get across to the select board for the past year,
Okay.
and now she said we could do that, so we
Well,
can
yeah.
bring a letter in for David.
Christine, they had said that because that's when, her husband, John Swan, was trying to stack the Conservation Commission, and that's why he was sabotaging me and trying to get me to resign. I have proof of that as well in writing.
Vanessa,
So they were trying to get all the
Vanessa, just let it go, and let's move on.
So, no, because I'm explaining why we weren't allowed to get people on the board, so no, I'm not gonna let it go. You can go. So
Okay,
that's what we
alright,
have
alright, enough.
We've had-
Everybody enough.
We're adults, Vanessa.
Enough.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
Hey, let's try to keep this civil, okay? We're a committee,
Yeah,
let's work
it's not
together,
fair for
everybody.
her to take their bid. All
Okay.
I'm trying to say is that we had 2 other members that came, I mean, look at Eric Thompson, he came like 5 times in a row.
Yes, he did, yep,
And pretty much begging to be on the board,
correct.
but,
Unfortunately, he moved, so yes, that would've been a
oh,
good
your guys'
candidate.
not.
That would've been a good candidate to have here, yes.
So, our next meeting's the 15th at 6:30, and I put a motion in to close, because we're all done, to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, can you check with all the rest, we need to check with the rest of the members?
Okay, so 7:31, and we're adjourned.
Nancy, any other comments? Are we good?
No, but I always thought the chair called and adjourned.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you.
make a motion to adjourn the meeting,
I second that.
and so we adjourned at 7:32, okay. We're good to go.
Thank you, Clay. Good job.
Yes, I'm gonna make sure I'm okay, that's- Looking on my phone like that is really hard.
clicking on the thing tonight.
Are your eyes burning?
Yes.
See?
And then, like I said, I always check when we get down, so I know who's track, cause sometimes we do skip ahead like we did tonight.
Yeah, no, you did a nice job.